There was no such thing as this thing called racism. Period.
I feel like it's not important. It shouldn't matter what color you are. I mean, person is a person. You black, white, yellow, dark skin, light skin. It doesn't matter to me. So
I've heard guys say that they wanted to be with lighter women so they could have lighter children, or I know that in society, most darker guys prefer light skin, long hair.
I feel like lighter skinned women do have it a little bit more easier than dark skinned women. Do I think it's right? No, it's not right, but that's just the way society is.
honestly, the lighter a person is, even if it comes to men, the lighter you are, the more comfortable they are around you.
I think darkness threatens another race sometimes. You know, I think that they feel a little bit threatened by that. So the lighter you are, the less threatening it is, you know, as far as you being an African American.
You know, people should be accepted more so off of their character, you know, instead of what they look like.
In Africa, however, you have a rainbow of people. You always had a rainbow of people. So up in the north, like where Libya and all those, you always had a lighter skinned person.
I've only heard this from the black community, that lighter skinned African Americans have a easier time of things usually than a really dark skinned person. But I had this conversation, I'm going to go ahead and go into that. Some of my students, this was years ago, talking about, Mr. Barnhill, I can't get a date. These are dark skinned guys, good looking, smart guys. Couldn't get a date with a lighter skinned girl. I said, what do you? So this was really my first introduction of this whole dynamic that I was totally unaware of.
But I think the lower you go south, you still see a lot of that. You see a lot of prejudice and discrimination against individuals who really have that darker hue. And sometimes it's self-esteem issues that you see, or I'm going to marry up, as you know, people do. They think I marry lighter if the hair is curlier or finer.
Not just your psyche, but it does something in terms of uplifting humanity as a whole. When you're looking at a little boy or a little girl and telling them, you know, God made you perfect, everything except your skin color.
All those kinds of things. And you hear people refer to not only just that brown bag, but good hair, no hair, bad hair. And we hear it even today. You would think that will move on. And if you notice, a lot of people wear different kinds of hair now. You know, the straighter it is, all of those kinds of things to move, again, back into that theory of that.
I feel like skin color, honestly, is a preference. You know, there are some people that like them darker, there's some people that like them lighter, some people that have no preference. It's just, and I mean, it's really because people have been brainwashed. Because I asked myself this question, if it wasn't for slavery, or if it wasn't for, you know, the things that you hear, or, you know, music videos, and you always see light-skinned girls, if it wasn't for that, if there was not something placed in front of you telling you this is better, how would it be?
And then all of a sudden, and I remember talking to one of my friends, Kambale, he said, how did they do this in such a short time? It's about trickery, it's about greed. These were not our concepts. Throwing away food, that was an unheard concept. What we do today in America, throwing away tons of food, that's unheard of.
It is unfortunate, but we all make judgments. People, if they're overweight, if they have an odd accent, you know, we make these judgments whether we want to or not too often. And that's unfortunate, you know, if somebody's of solid character and intelligent, able to contribute or participate in society, whether socially or economically, job-wise, things like that, they may have strikes against them, like it or not, just because of the way other people think.
I feel like the brown bag theory is a big, important issue in the black community. Me being a part of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, it was founded off of light-skinned women who were portrayed as, you know, uppity, cocky, or, you know, they were real sedity, or had a higher status on them because of their skin complexion. Me, I am a dark skin, aka, and people are surprised or they find that, you know, to be intriguing. That was one of the main issues why I picked this topic. Another one is because I used to hang around guy friends who would constantly talk about, you know, the lighter a girl is, the prettier she is, and I always had an issue with that. I think it's very serious. I find it to just be a big issue coming from guys, especially black men, anybody, to compare someone to their complexion. And it's a really deep issue, it's a really deep topic, and I just want to get the awareness and find the root of it and cause, and to maybe help. Maybe me just filming this can be an issue or can constitute some type of change in the consciousness of people's minds.